We're starting the Sidra. We're starting Sefer Bereshit, Parashat Bereshit. And there are two very important things that we have to think about. And everything stands. Everything stands on these two very important things. The Torah says, Bereshit bara Elokim. Bereshit means in the beginning. Bereshit means first. In the beginning. The Shoresh is Rosh, head. We find that there's a pasuk in Tehillim. And the pasuk says, Reshit Chochma Yirat Hashem. Same word. It uses the same word. Bereshit. In the beginning. Same word. Reshit is used in Tehillim. Reshit Chochma Yirat Hashem. What is the beginning of wisdom? It starts off with Yirat Hashem, fear of God. David HaMelech says this. King, Melech Israel, genius. Tehillim came from David HaMelech. The most read Sefer, besides Torah Shebechtav and Torah Shebal Peh, besides that, Tehillim is part of Torah Shebechtav. The most read Sefer is Tehillim. And David HaMelech, who was the father of the wisest man. If Shlomo HaMelech came out from David HaMelech, and Shlomo HaMelech was the wisest, David HaMelech, the father, says, Reshit Chochma Yirat Hashem. Just like the parasha starts with Bereshit, in the beginning. Shlomo HaMelech, his son, in Mishle says, Yirat Hashem, Reshit Da'at. Same word, Reshit. Fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, of knowledge. That means the first mitzvah, the first word in the Torah is already teaching us Bereshit, in the beginning. And the first mitzvah is, before everything, is Reshit. What does that mean? That means the whole Torah starts. If you want to become smart, boys, you want to become wise, you want to become educated, you want to understand this world. Now, you don't really ask these questions now. As you get older, the Yetzer Hara starts asking these questions. We have two Yetzer Haras. One is within ourselves. We have a little Yetzer Hara. It's not really little. He has this question. And people outside, who is also in the form of Yetzer Hara, in the form of people, social media, neighbors, friends, they start questioning our practices, our Jewish life. They start questioning. So I want to answer this question. Before any questions arise, our Torah stands on very important foundation. And that is, you have to know that there is God. That's number one. If you don't know that there's God, there's nothing to talk about. If a guy's an atheist, there's nothing to talk about. You could bring the biggest proofs from the Torah that God exists. If the guy's atheist, the whole Torah for him is a waste. It all starts with knowing that there is God. But even more so, once you know there's God, you want to grow in understanding this world. You want to grow in understanding this world. You want to know the chokhmah of this world. First you have to have fear of God. Know that there's someone looking. Know that there is someone that's paying attention. Know that there's someone above you, greater than you, smarter than you. Billion times smarter than you. That knows everything. That knows your thoughts. That's why the first word is Bereshit. In the beginning. Same word as David HaMelech writes, Reshit Chochmah Yirat Hashem. If you want to know wisdom, you want to be smart, you need to first have a Yirat Hashem. Fear of God. Knowing that there is God. Knowing that Hashem is watching. I'll give you an example. When you have a little child and he has no parents, what happens to that child? Why do we need a parent? Yes. We need a parent because if you don't have a parent, a little child, as he develops, he doesn't know what's right and wrong. He make mistakes. He needs a parent. When there's a parent, a person has fear. I can't do this in front of my father. He's watching. He will get upset. He will be disappointed. But if a person doesn't have a father, how does he behave? Look at all the children that grow up with no parents, or no father, or no mother. How do you behave? In Russian they say, "Nivaspitany." You know what "nivaspitany" means? No discipline. If you want to have discipline, you need to have parents. Without parents, it's no discipline. If you want to understand God, or at least a little bit understand the Torah, the world, you have to first have Yirat Hashem. Know that there's God. There's somebody looking. The world is not free. The world was not just created, boom, like this, and just out of nowhere, and we can do whatever we want. No, there's actually somebody watching. There's actually somebody taking notes. There's actually somebody taking recording. Just like you recording my lecture. Right? You want to know? There's somebody recording everything. All our thoughts, all our conversations, all our actions. And one day, the video is going to be playing. And showing our actions. Everything we did. There's no such a thing as I'm getting away with it. There is no getting away with anything. Why? Because there's a big eye that's watching. How do we know this? Bereshit bara Elokim. Reshit is beginning. Beginning of fear is also Bereshit. You want to have Chokhmah, you have to first have Bereshit. What's Bereshit? In the beginning. What do you need that? What do you need in the beginning? Reshit Chokhmah. You want to have Chokhmah in the beginning. You need to have Yirat Hashem. You want to have wisdom? You need to have Yirat Hashem, fear of God. Know that there's God. That's the first principle. I'm going to read to you Zohar. Hadahi pikuda kadma'a dekola. Of everything, the first commandment is the ikre pikuda. It's called a commandment. This Yirat Hashem. The ikri reshit. Fear of God is called reshit. Like Tehillim says, Reshit Chokhmah Yirat Hashem. Mishle says, Shlomo HaMelech, Yirat Hashem Reshit Da'at. Begin the milah da Reshit Ikri. Because this word is called Reshit. Veda ihi tara le'ala gav mehemnuta. Ve'al pikuda da itkayem kol alma. What does that mean? Therefore, he says, this is called Reshit. This is the first gate to come into believing in God. The whole world starts with emunah in Hashem. If there's no emunah, get the guy, teach him Gemara, Halacha, whatever, it's worthless. Emunah is the tachtit. You have a cup, in the bottom of a cup, you have a bottom, right? Why? The top doesn't mean anything. If you pour water and there's no bottom, everything will come down, right? What's the most important thing in the cup? The bottom. Yes, the sides are also important. But without the bottom, the sides are worthless. The truth is, without the sides, the bottom is also. You need both. But you need something to hold the cup. Our whole Torah starts with number one thing you have to have. And if you don't have that, everything is worthless. Listen to this. It has to be with emunah. My son, sometimes we have discussions. And sometimes my son says, this is what his friends, not friend, somebody he heard said. Somebody, this one. And I said to him, I don't care what your friend says or what this person says. He could have, somebody said, they're right now making research, Greek philosophy, and this, that, philosophy. Philosophy of Greeks is many gods. And there's no such a thing. One God. Why? Why can't you have two gods? Because if you have two gods, that means one God is missing something. He's not God. God means absolute. He means elite. He could do anything, everything, not missing anything. Because if there's another God, that means the first God is missing something. So everything starts with, there is God. There is only one God. Because if there's two, that means that God is not God. That means he's missing. If God is made out of pieces, it means he's not God. So it's only one. That's what the first mitzvah. Emunah in Hashem. And it starts from Bereshit. Reshit. Reshit Chochmah Yirat Hashem. Yirat Hashem, Reshit Dat. Have a wonderful day.